Hello and welcome to Rarely Rad, a special episode. Well, we skipped last week because I'm in New York. You can't tell because we're by a white wall, but
Yeah.
Haley and Iz are here in person together.
It's kind of given like mugshot vibes.
I kind of feel like I'm a mob wife.
Yeah, mob wife aesthetic. That was in for a while.
Yeah, but it was like real quick. Like
I feel like it was like max a month.
Yeah, and then they just became clean girl aesthetic or whatever.
Clean girl was before. I don't know what came after. I think it probably went back to clean girl.
Which is kind of surprising because I feel like Mob Wife 2 was in the fall, and I feel like Mob Wife could have really thrived in winter.
Oh, 100%. Especially with the fur coats.
Yeah, which is what I'm wearing because for some reason the house is super cold.
It just like will not warm up. I don't know what it is. It's not usually like this either.
And then the radiator in the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
It's making a weird noise.
And it smells. I don't know what's going on. So now it's like the water pressure is bad for some reason, which I think has to do with the radiator.
We don't know, but luckily we don't own the place.
Yeah, exactly.
So maintenance is going to come and fix it tomorrow. But last night, I flew in yesterday, like afternoon, and we went to two of the coolest bars I think I've ever been to.
I 100% agree. Like the second bar was called Double Chicken, Please, or something like that.
Yeah, Double Chicken, Please. So we tried to go there first, and there was a long line.
It was a 2-hour wait.
Yeah, and we were like, okay. So we put our name down and got on Belly app, which one day Belly's going to sponsor us. And we found next door, which is at It Saved. I didn't. There was another place called Tigray. And it hidden. It's definitely a speakeasy. You would not see it other than the fact that there was a bouncer standing outside.
It was behind like a graffiti wall, like no windows, anything.
Yeah.
Honestly, it kind of looked like there was like construction potentially going on.
It looked like a typical wall in New York.
Yeah.
But behind it was this nice speakeasy. And it was so funny. We were standing like kind of in a line and we didn't have a reservation, of course. And slowly other people that came in after us were getting let in, and we were all just standing there. It was snowing, and we're like, how long do we wait out here? Finally, she's like, I can seat you guys, but I can only do a table for two, and one's going to stand. And we were like, yeah, that's fine, because we know we're the ones.
And Asa was like, absolutely not. Because we were all thinking, like, oh, this is going to be like a normal leveled table, and he's going to be standing as if he's like our server. And then I was like, wait, is this a high top? She's like, yeah. And we're like, oh, okay, like, that's fine.
Yeah, so we go in, we get our coats checked, and the girl, I don't know, I guess she liked us, because then she was like, I'm actually going to put you guys at a different section. And we're like, okay. And we ended up getting their private room.
Yeah, and it was just like a half circle booth with like a table, and there was like a little window, so we could like a circular window so we could see out into like the main room. And honestly, it was awesome.
It was so cool. The service was great too.
Mm-hmm.
One guy, he looked like Jared Leto.
Like, which he gets all the time, apparently. Even from his mom.
You knew he was gonna get it though. Like,
no, for sure, but I was surprised that like he was telling us a story that Jared Leto was like on the cover of some magazine, and his mom sent him a picture, be like, I didn't know you were gonna be on the cover of this magazine. And he's like, it literally says Jared Leto, like in huge letters.
that ain't me. And then
also like y'all would know if I was on the cover of a magazine. Like I'll be telling everyone.
Well, I don't know. It was so interesting with him too, because he was like, I've been on a few. And then I was like, interesting. And he said he had at one point shaved his head completely and he looked awful. And so now he's just growing it out. But he was like in a little backless vest, all white outfit. I guess they're all of the like servers there were in all white.
Yeah, they also were all backless, and like
I noticed that too.
Yeah,
but I don't think that's.
I don't know if that was a coincidence.
I think it's coincidental. I don't think that's uniform.
Yeah,
must be backless.
Yeah, like I was just like,
I noticed that too. But then there was this other really cool girl. She was so nice, and we like had questions about the menu because they talk about martinis in the weirdest way on their menu. It's like in fractions.
It was like, do you want the 1:0 to 4 ratio or like the 4:0 to 12 ratio? And I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah. And so we asked her and she was like, okay, story time, and like pulled out the menu and like walked us through everything, which was really, really cool. And she just had a good personality overall. But then we got drinks there. Probably the best martini we've ever had.
No, it was called the perfect martini, and it really was the perfect martini.
The only thing that could have made it better for me is blue cheese olives.
Yeah, but it was really good.
It was so good. Like, I can't even put it into words.
Yeah. And people like, oh, like I had a really good martini. Like, no, this was I don't even know how to, it was just
it was the best martini. Like, I don't know if I'll ever have one as good as that again.
No, I agree.
And then I got,
it's like a pisco sour, but they had a different name for it.
It had a different name, and that was really good. Also got a few of those because it was so good. And then we got some random slush.
Yeah, I got it was like prickly pear, and then you got something
agave. Oh yeah, mine was agave.
Yeah.
And they were good, but our first drinks were definitely the best. And then when we were sitting there trying to kind of decide like what next, we got our double chicken reservation. So we were like, let's go back there. And at first we weren't even like, I feel like that excited to go back.
Well, we were kind of just like, because we were like, should we go or should we grab another drink here? And I was like, let's just like go.
Yeah.
And it was kind of just like, yeah, let's just do it since there's a table ready. And it was like perfect timing because we just three of us had finished our drinks. So we're like, And then honestly, that is the most unique bar I've ever experienced in my life.
I have the menu actually.
It was like their drinks are like food flavored. So the first one we had was a Japanese noodle.
And they're separated into courses as well. So like they have appetizer, meal, and dinner, or meal and dessert. And it worked out perfectly because there's three of us. And so we each would order one, and we would then like go down the line having the appetizer, and then once we finished the app, we'd have the meal, and then once we finished that, we had why do I keep saying dinner? The dessert.
Yeah, we all like split each drink.
Yeah,
so we're all like one drink 3 ways.
Like we're like, it's like a puff pass.
Really.
But it was just sip pass. Yeah, our first one we had, which was one of the best ones, was a Japanese cold noodle, which was rum, pineapple, cucumber, coconut, lime, and sesame oil. And it did taste like a Japanese cold noodle.
Yeah.
And then the one I was most worried about for our main dish was cold pizza, which was tequila, which honestly I didn't even realize because you don't taste tequila.
I didn't realize that
all.
It was tequila. And we don't like, neither of us even like cold pizza in general.
I hate cold pizza. I will I have to have it warmed up.
Yeah, no, I don't ever eat it cold.
And that one has tequila. That's parm, right?
Yeah.
Burnt toast, tomato, basil, honey, and egg whites. I don't know where any of this was in the drink.
But it was like weird because you could taste each ingredient.
It was so good.
It was, and then the third one we had in our first round was key lime pie. That was my favorite drink. It was.
I think mine too. Well, we should have recorded each of us like drinking every single one.
Yeah.
Because every single time, like you're like, all right, can't beat the last one. Let's see how this is. And all of our faces every time was like jaw drop.
Because it was just insane that it had like all these food flavors and it was like a drink. And I feel like it kind of sounds gross, like describing it, but I highly recommend.
Yeah, it was so good. Then we decided to do another full course meal, which we all agreed we liked our first one better, but we did the shroom ceviche, the Thai curry, which came with a whole little popsicle. So that was a cool little thing. You took like a bite of the popsicle and then you took a sip. And then we did the French toast, which also was very good.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny too, because I want to describe, at least myself, I don't think you either, as like someone that likes sweet drinks.
Not really. I mean, I like a berry drink. Like that's the level of sweetness that I go.
But like dessert drinks?
Like I don't do, and I would like to clarify, it did not taste like a French toast shot.
Is that bad?
No, I mean, they're good, but it's like, this is not the same flavor as that.
Yeah, the French toast drink, it also came with like a little cookie. And so it was the smallest damn cookie ever, like smaller than an Oreo. And we're like taking the tiniest nibbles ever.
It's like you take a bite of the cookie and then you take a sip of the drink.
But we did that, and that was basically all we did. We decided to be responsible yesterday and come back home. Oh, we did go get pizza and garlic knots, which the garlic knots were kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
But that's what we did all day yesterday. And then today we've just been hanging out. Did you make a reservation for later?
5:15.
So we're going to go do that. Where's it at? Jack's?
Jack's on Bond.
Jack's on Bond.
And they have a really good caprese martini. So I'm curious. Or I've tried it. I want Haley to try it.
Yeah. And so we're doing like the 30-year-old things.
Yeah. We really are. We're being mature adults.
Yeah, we're not going to like the dive bar. We're not going to the damn Spaniard.
No.
We're not doing that. We're doing the mature things because we're recording this on Friday and turns 30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
A whole woman.
A third of my life is gone is what somebody commented on my TikTok.
How do they know you'll die at 90? Honestly, take me out of my misery before then.
One thing, have you heard about Bonnie Blue?
No.
This girl, honestly, it grosses me out to think about. But a couple months ago. Is she on TikTok? Or no.
Okay.
She was married and then decided to become like an OnlyFans porn star. So I want to say it was like 2 months ago. She wanted to break the world record of having sex with the amount. So in 24 hours, she had sex with 1,057 men in 24 hours, which is insane. And her husband wants a divorce now. Understandably so.
Okay, so she's still married.
Technically, yes.
Also, what is just penetration considered sex? So like they're just going in, they're not even like pumping, and then they're going.
So I don't know the extent of this, and I'm sure there was like multiple at one time because I don't even know how you like do all that.
Multiple.
I mean, like a threesome or like a foursome, like, you know what I mean?
But I don't even think it's lasting that long. Like I think it's like in, out, done.
That's kind of what I thought too, but honestly, I have no idea because she's pregnant. Yeah.
With her husband?
No. One of these 1,000 men.
Wait, so she doesn't know?
She has no idea. And like, I don't know how they move forward with do they do paternity? I mean, that would be, but how do you?
And she's going to keep it?
I mean, she announced it, which makes me think she's going to keep it.
Yeah, that's true. If you wouldn't announce it if you're not going to keep it.
Right. So, I don't know if she's...
Maybe, I was going to say maybe it's like an April Fool's joke.
No, I mean, I don't know if she's going to do paternity. Honestly, how do you even,
I don't even think you can because it's not like what you ask now every single guy. Also, like, did they sign waivers?
I don't know. That's my other thought.
Also, not like women would never do that. Like, if a man was like, I want to beat this record, do you think women would line up?
I hope not. I mean, the whole situation is gross.
And
I'm 99% sure she made them wear the hats with just the eye, the ski masks because she was like, I don't want it to be anonymous because they're literally in line, they can see one another. So I think they had to wear ski masks so that it was, a little bit more anonymous. I'm sure. My thought is that she has to have a list.
I'm thinking these people all had to sign waivers because also this is how you get an STD.
I mean, my thought is that they used condoms. One of them obviously broke.
Yeah, but also there's no way all of those men finished.
No, I know, but I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of gross.
No, it's past kinda.
And being married too, what did you think your husband was going to do? How did you think he was going to look at you? Is she hot? She is very pretty. Honestly, she doesn't look like she'd be a porn star. She's blonde. She's got a cute face. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I don't know how you stay married after that. And the kid is going to be I mean, that kid's gonna get bullied. Be like, oh yeah, I also fucked your mom. Like, you know.
They say that already. And
Yeah.
he might be like, it might be true.
Yeah, like, you know, like that kid has. I mean, all he has to do is Google his mom. That's gonna be the first thing that pops up.
And what's her name?
Bonnie Blue.
Yeah, I've heard about her, but I've never heard her name before, so that makes sense.
And she just announced her pregnancy yesterday, I think, or
like with excitement.
I mean, I'm guessing. I mean, I
was trying to clarify.
I think if she wasn't excited about it, she wouldn't announce it publicly.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't.
I don't. Yeah, but I wouldn't do any of her actions.
No, I mean, no. That's just like so bizarre to me.
Yeah, I don't even think I have words, really.
No, it's yeah.
Oh God.
I was talking to our friend Shannon on the phone, and her baby.
We announced him.
Yeah, so he was early, and so he had to stay in the NICU just to keep an eye on him and so forth. And he's healthy, he's doing great. He's home. I called her, and it was the day before he was getting circumcised. She like told me about it, and I was like, "Oh, are you gonna keep the skin?"
Is that a thing? Do people do that?
I don't think so. She was like, "Ew, no." But yeah, no, I like obviously thought it was funny just to say. But she's like, "No." Yeah, I don't think people do that. I think that's weird.
Yeah, well, because what's the placenta?
It's like in you. I just know it comes out with you during childbirth.
Yeah, because then some people like eat it, right?
Yeah, people a lot of times would like pulverize it to make it into pill form.
Yeah,
and do it that way, because it helps with your hormones.
For some reason, I feel like some people also make them into like necklaces.
It's like gooey. I mean, I guess if you like pulverize, I don't know. I understand. Like, I probably do. Like, I could do like the pill form. I don't think I could just like cook it up and eat it as a steak. Like, that's weird. But people do that.
Make sure you put some seasoning on it.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I just know people like I don't personally know people do that, but I know that that is the thing. Yeah.
I know nothing about babies. I realize, and every time someone is pregnant and doing something, I feel like I learn something new every single time.
I actually feel like I know a lot. I'm like surprised by the amount that I know.
Yeah, I don't.
But I think I have more friends that have babies than you do.
That's true. Well, you are almost 30.
Yeah. So, yeah, my friends are, like, old, obviously.
Yeah, not mine. And we're all single. All of me and my friends. So.
I feel like I have a lot of married friends and couple friends and that.
Yeah, not Atlanta. Atlanta, we're all very single. No one's having babies. And we wouldn't even have someone to have a baby with.
Well, I feel like that's okay, so one thing that I've kind of like realized in life, I guess, and maybe it's just because now I know how to do my makeup a little better, is like back in the day, I feel like I don't know how people like get up and do their makeup every day. Like, yeah, I literally would only wear mascara, and not in like a pick me way. Like, that's just what
we just didn't know what we were doing.
I didn't know what I was doing, and then I feel like TikTok came along, and like you just watch. Like, we didn't grow up in the YouTube era, really.
Yeah, we missed that.
Yeah, so
we grew up in like CoverGirl era.
Yeah, and it was like, and then it like TikTok. It's like when we were rebirthed. But like now, people will be like, oh, like, why do you always wear makeup when you go out? Because it's fun. Yeah. I like putting it on. I like just like being a little artist and just doing my little thing. It's part of the fun of getting ready.
I think I would say I like picking out an outfit more than I like putting on makeup. But
for me, it's the whole thing. Like, I just love that little, like...
I do. Okay, I will say, sometimes I do like, just, like, the art of getting ready.
That's what I mean. Like, it's like the art of being a girl.
I don't, like, dread that whole part. Like, sometimes the main reason why I want to go out and do something.
Yeah.
Because I want to get ready.
No, seriously, and I'm like, oh, just, like, wear something fun or just, like, do something with myself. And, like, I still, like, I'm not one of those people like, oh my God, I can't go to the grocery store without makeup. Like, I'm confident enough with myself that I'm like, this is what I look like. Like, it is what it is.
Well, and I don't think correct me if I'm wrong. If I don't think you're a like makeup to the gym girl.
No, I'm not. Honestly, that's because it makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, isn't that like seeping into your pores? Like, not because I'm like,
I understand when some people do it. Like, oh, so today my coworker, she's visiting her sister, and her sister wanted to get a workout in, and so she went with her to the gym just to like kind of see it and bring the baby, whatever, have something to do. And her sister's part of a Lifetime.
Okay.
I think if I was a Lifetime girl, I would be wearing makeup to the gym.
See, I just don't think that. I mean, and I go to like,
but not like I wouldn't even, not even like maybe like a tinted moisturizer and like a little contour.
See, I don't even put my lotion on before I go to the gym. I'm like free fall because honestly, with the lotion, I feel like I sweat it off. Like I can feel the oil on my face. And I go in the morning, I wake up like 20 minutes before I have to go.
I think that is it. Well, so like if I wear makeup to work, which doesn't happen often, but when I do, and I run after work or work out after work, then I wear makeup during that workout because it's the makeup that I wore to work.
See, I think I would too, but since I'm a morning person, like a morning wear, like I'm not going to
put on makeup to go sweat to then come home and shower and rinse it off.
Exactly.
I agree with that. But, like, I don't know. I sometimes also think about the people that go to work out and they get a good workout in, but like they're not sweaty. You know those people?
I'm kind of like that.
See, I'm always sweaty, so I can't. So they will go on with their day kind of like, oh, okay, just finished my workout. Now I'm going to go run this errand and go pick this up and go do that. And then pick the kid up from school. So they have their face still kind of done.
Yeah, I guess I just like, I come home, I check my email real quick, like take some time to cool out. I am not one of those people that can instantly get into the shower after I work off. I have to wait at least 30 minutes because if I shower, I just get hot and I start sweating more.
Sometimes, yeah, even yesterday, because I like had to work out and then get ready and go to the airport, I was trying to do random things that I knew I needed to do before I left, before I got in the shower, because I start sweating more.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, and it's like, what was the point of that shower?
Yeah. It reminds me of when we went to Mexico. We went to Tulum, and we would like come home and get ready to go to dinner, and we were literally, it was like I was putting makeup on a sweaty face, and it was miserable.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just think I keep thinking like, oh my goodness, my foundation is just like seeping into my pores, and I'm gonna start breaking out or something.
Yeah, I did sleep in my makeup last week.
I did too,
and immediately the next day, my skin was like, "You suck."
No, same, and that's why I feel like what happened.
And I was like, "We used to do this all the time. Why now?"
That's what makes me think that if I worked out in it, like if I just sleep in it, it's not great. If I wear makeup too many days in a row, I feel like my skin isn't as great.
Yeah, I would agree there.
I feel like I only really
I need my skin to breathe.
Yeah, I wear it like 2 to 3 times a week. Usually Fridays and I mean, if you're doing something. Yeah, and then sometimes I'll grab a drink in the weekday, or then I'll like put it on. But even sometimes, then I'll just sometimes just do like, I don't know, tinted moisturizer and just like a little bit of contour so that my face doesn't look so,
I also, so are you weird about putting on tanning stuff then?
So I had Isle of Paradise before. I did not like it. I would break out and I could smell it.
Oh.
And so I had one that lasted me from COVID until I moved. And that's partially because I spilt it. So like and that's the only one I would use. So I was like, I never really bought. So this is my first one I bought. That's not that. It was a little more expensive. The reviews were really good though. And I don't smell. Like I don't smell like that tanning on my face. So I'll keep y'all posted if I break out. But so far, I actually like it. And it's like crazy how just being tan makes you, like, I just look healthy again.
But mentally, do you worry about it seeping into your pores, or it doesn't bother you like that?
This one isn't. The other one I feel like did. Like, I feel like I could feel it. This one I feel like I can't feel on my face.
Okay. Because I like wonder then if we just use like not better like better brands, but like if there's better makeup for our skins.
Honestly, if I'm just like doing little tanning drops, like I'd be really happy with that. Just going to the gym like that, you know?
Yeah. Well, I've also seen where people contour or whatever with their tanning stuff.
I tried that with Isle of Paradise, but I think I was just like not confident enough in my contouring abilities because it was just like orange on my like it was just not looking
I
right.
kind of tried. So my like fake tanner is so light, like you really can't see it too much.
Yeah.
And so I tried to kind of recently like put it on like where you would contour, but I did it so lightly that it did nothing.
I think for me the part was like blending, like I was like, how do I blend this?
I did use a makeup brush.
I did too, but I feel like it just wasn't like going properly. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again now that I'm like a little better at doing makeup because that was still like 2020 when I wasn't. I don't feel like I didn't start doing like full.
It's been a process for us. We've like slowly learned.
Yeah.
But I still don't really feel like I know what I'm doing.
I kind of just like do my cheekbones, my nose, under my jaw, and I've just started doing a little bit on my forehead.
Yeah.
And
see, and I don't do my forehead since I have bangs. So I'm like, I'm not gonna waste that makeup. Nothing's going up there.
Hey, my contour has lasted me like 4 years.
Yeah, imagine not putting anything on your forehead. It'd be like 6 years.
Probably. I mean, I just started doing foreheads like 2 months ago, maybe.
Maybe
that's why I can see the bottom finally now.
I use is the Dibs Beauty Status Stick, and it's the only reason why I think my makeup looks like semi-decent.
Yeah, I use the Chanel one. I haven't really tried a lot of other ones. I've tried like powder ones.
And that's why I won't give people recommendations. Like I see all the time on like TikTok and everything that Dibs is amazing and people talk about it and rave about it. But I don't know enough about makeup to be like, oh my God, you should go try this.
I like the Charlotte Tilbury one. Everybody uses that, with the dots.
Oh yeah.
I, for some reason, don't think I could do that.
I don't know if I could. Like,
I think it's like I do my contour kind of lighter, like still to see like a shadow, but like I feel like that's very pigmented.
Well, that's how you use blush.
I use it pretty light. I mean, this one is a new blush, so I've had it for years, and I just.
But isn't your blush like that little blot thing?
Yeah, but I feel like it just, and maybe it's just like the videos, but it looks very like thick on.
Yeah. Well,
and like a lot, it looks like it like spreads a lot, and like I don't have enough control of my movements.
Suddenly, your whole face is contoured.
No, like that's exactly I think what would happen to me. I don't have enough like control of how to do it.
Sometimes I always wish that like, and I'm sure makeup artists do this, where like I want one to come over and look at like the makeup I do have, and then do my makeup with that makeup, teaching me how to use this makeup that I have.
Yeah.
Because they can do with the same exact things that I have a much better job.
I think also like I don't use like contour. I use bronzer as contour, and like that's what like the brown, because contour is more like gray.
Yeah. No, I know one's more gray and one's more brown, but I don't even know.
Yeah, I use like the brown, which is like bronzer. I don't know if it's, I don't know.
I also like don't even fully understand though, like how the placing works different via contour versus bronzer.
I don't understand it when people are like, first I contoured my face and then I bronzed my face. Like I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand the difference.
Yeah, like, and it almost looks like people put bronzer like higher up where I would put my blush, and then they also put blush, and I'm like, wait. Where? What am I missing?
Where's this all going? Yeah. One day, I mean, I think we've gotten better with makeup as time has gone on. So maybe by age 40, you'll be really good at it.
Yeah. And then people will be like, so what's your makeup routine?
Your skincare routine, all of it.
It's just snail mucin. Moisturizer.
Now you have that under eye thing.
Oh yeah, I got that under eye.
That like smells like snail mucin.
It's because I use it after the snail mucin. Yeah. And I just got back into it because I like had it and I used it a lot. And honestly, it does like make my skin better. I get like I have like a little bit of red right here, and the snail mucin seems to like mellow that out.
Yeah, I finished my snail mucin, and I don't really know what I want to go to next.
I just went back to it because it's just so simple. And
my thing is, I feel like I try to keep my skincare routines very simple because when I start adding too many things, I start like having skin issues.
The one I can't do is niacinamide. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's amazing for my skin." I'm like, I break out. That's the only one that really makes
that
me.
Is.
I don't really. I know it's supposed to help with like acne scars and stuff like that, and people do say like it does make you break out for the first 3 months. I don't have 3 months. Like
3 months to live in a hole. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, like and then like hopefully I stop breaking out. You know, like what if I don't?
Hopefully
then I'm like,
it's working.
Yeah, no.
I do wonder all the time, like, I wish there was a way for us to see, like, if you never did any skincare in your entire life, what would your skin look like today?
Look at men.
But men will have like the most perfect skin, and it's like, oh, what are you doing? It's like, I don't know, wash with this, and it's like dish soap.
Yeah, Austin just uses like Vaseline men's lotion.
At least, I mean, that's more than a lot of other men.
Yeah, I mean, it's also because it's so cold. Everybody's skin's so dry.
Yeah, no, I do wonder, like, so because people spend so much money on skincare and stuff, and so like, are these products actually making a difference, or are we just like all buying into what you guys are telling us?
I think it's a combination of both, honestly. Like, I think like when people are like, "Oh, I do vitamin C and then niacinamide and then hyaluronic acid and then like I think that's like a little scammy because I don't know, it just seems like too much. Like for me, like I think I keep it simple and I've seen the difference in my skin. So like that I can tell that like works.
Do you take vitamins?
No.
Me either, and I think that's something I'm going to start trying to do this year.
I was taking vitamins. I was taking biotin every day. And I didn't notice the difference. Like my hair didn't grow any faster, my nails didn't grow any faster.
Yeah, one of my friends, we were talking about them the other day, and she was just talking about how she's not good at taking them all. And I was like, well, do you see like a difference? And she was like, oh, absolutely.
And what does she see a difference in? In like her mental health and like her.
She took it. Let me pull up her text. She took up things for different things.
Okay.
So
sometimes I will say, I don't know if I trust, like, my friends, maybe it's like a placebo effect. Because sometimes I'll, like, ask my friends, and they've been doing it for a week. They're like, oh, I've noticed a huge difference. And I'm like, have you?
Yeah, see, that's like, my issue. And I was like, I just don't get, well, it started because she was like, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting to take my birth control. And I was like, I just take mine after I brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going to forget to brush your teeth. So just brush your teeth and then take the pill.
Yeah.
She was like, that's such a good idea. I have a basket on the kitchen counter with all of my vitamins and everything else, and I'm never consistent. And I was like, yeah, I don't take any of those. Do you actually see a difference? And she said, for sure. She has a multivitamin, a B12, an adaptogens, and
lysine. I don't know what that is.
Lysine. I don't know, but she said she sees a difference with the B12, the adaptogens, and the L-lysine.
B12 is like so you don't get sick.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like it's a wellness shot.
I don't know. You
can get it at like Of Me.
Oh, that OVME?
Yeah, or however it's pronounced. Like they would give me a free one.
Well, that's where I was confused because I thought you were saying like Of Me.
No, like
and I was like, what?
And I don't feel, I mean, it's just like, so I don't really get sick often enough to, I don't know.
I don't know. I think there has to be a reason why people are taking all of these vitamins.
Vitamin D, actually, I have taken, and
Is that the sun one?
Yeah. I do notice the difference in that. And it's like, I was reading into it, and overall vitamin D is like a huge vitamin, like for your body. Like people that take vitamin D have less chance of like literally things like cancer and stuff like that, just because our body is just, it's like such a natural thing that we need and so easy to get, but sometimes it's just not easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I want to try and be better about that this year. I'm not sure when I'm going to get on that, but it
Biotin
is
didn't do
something.
anything for me, so I wouldn't recommend. And I took the whole bottle.
Yeah, I guess once you have it, so you might as
Yeah,
well.
and I had it in my work drawer, so I would just like when I got to work, I would just take it. So I just didn't take it on weekends, but at that point, it was like, I don't know. I don't think that's like enough to not see a difference.
Yeah, I would agree. You're taking it more days than you're not. So.
Yeah. Vitamin D, I should probably get back on. I don't really feel like I'm like depressed.
I've also seen on TikTok, which these ones I think are kind of scammy, but there's one that like makes you tan.
I've seen those too, but I like looked into it. It makes you tan, but you have to go into the sun.
Interesting.
But carrots naturally make you tan.
Yeah, but you have to eat a lot of carrots.
If you just eat like, yeah, I think you just do like every day, you like 5 baby carrots a day, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we need to start doing that too.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think vitamin D would be good, and then I feel like I should take something else, but I wouldn't even know what to take.
Yeah, and honestly, vitamin aisles are very overwhelming.
Yeah, actually, I do take this one. I'm not consistent with it, but I have seen a lot of before and afters and like twins doing it, like twins that took in, twins that didn't. Palm salt. It's like the plant, the state plant of South Carolina, whatever it's called.
Palm frond?
No, it's like saw palm or something like that.
I don't know.
Anyway, I've seen like twins that took it and like the other twin didn't, and like there was like a huge difference and skin wise.
What to do? Okay.
Yeah. It's like palm. I can't remember what it is. I know there's like SAW and then it's like palm something. I can't remember which one goes first.
Saw palm?
I'm gonna look it up. Saw palmetto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it has
okay.
I mean, I don't know. Since I don't take it consistently, like I can't speak for it. But like here's like before and afters. Oh, urinary problems, good.
Oh, it helps with your
hair and skin. Obviously, some of these people are taking other things as well.
Yeah. Well, they claim that it benefited them, so.
Yeah. And I've fallen for it, so.
You're like, I'm in.
Yeah. I was in Canada the past Thursday to Sunday. Weather was just insane. So many flights were delayed. Well, on our way there, our flight was delayed 6 hours, 12 delays. That's insane. But I got like 15,000 steps in because I was just walking around.
The airport.
Literally. I mean, LaGuardia is huge, so I had like plenty of room to
walk around. Where I was yesterday?
Yeah.
Not my terminal.
No.
My terminal was the smallest thing I've ever been to. It was so ratchet. I'll have to show you videos. I had this idea of a like cute airport TikTok, and I forgot to take it while I was in Atlanta. So I was like, oh shit, I'll just take it when I like land in New York. And then I landed and I saw my terminal and I was like, I can't post a video proving that I was in this terminal.
You should have taken a video with the SpongeBob that's like dun, dun, you know, like the sad music.
Yeah, the like broken violin or whatever.
Yeah, no. No, this was like in their main terminal where things are normal. But yeah, like I said, the flight there was awful. I mean, we got there, it was fine, whatever. Flight back, we got delayed, I think, like 3 or 4 times, but we got on the plane like an hour later, and then we just sat on the runway for 2 hours, which is longer than the flight even is.
I just remember you being like, hell yeah, we're finally on our flight. And then, like, I don't know, we were both doing something or something, so we didn't talk. And then you sent me another text, and you're like, on the ground still or something. And I was like, wait, you haven't flown yet? Like, I thought you've been flying. You're like, no.
No, I watched like almost 3 episodes of what is it that I don't know, some show on Apple that I can't remember what it's called now. Severance.
Oh, I've heard good things about that.
It is good. Yeah, so I was just like sitting there. I was like, okay. And the flight had awful turbulence. I mean, I couldn't even listen to music because I was just concentrating on...
you do get bad motion sickness.
But I even took like my pills, and it was just like I could the person next to me too, he was like dying. Like we were all just like, and then of course there's like the guy behind us just talking, and I was like, number 1 rule is you don't talk on an airplane. Like who talks on an airplane? That's weird.
Yeah.
But he was just yapping away. We're like starting to land the descent, and that was just so bad. We literally landed like on the side, like it was like like it was just like it was so awful. And then that same flight the next day was the flight that landed upside down, which is crazy to think about.
Did it fly from Toronto to
the same airport?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I flew yesterday, I'm on Spirit, guys, so like the slums. And first, immediately in the guy opposite row, like across the aisle from same row, I guess, across the aisle from me, sitting on the window. We're not even in the air yet, and this guy is asleep, and so asleep, he's snoring so loud. I think the whole plane can hear it.
Yikes.
And I felt bad because there was a cute like young couple sitting next to him, and they were so uncomfortable, and like everyone obviously kept looking because it was so loud.
That's embarrassing.
It kind of was. And so then like, because then I was thinking like, if that were me, like I'd kind of want someone to like kind of wake me up, I think.
Yeah, just like a slight nudge to move you, and then you're like act like you didn't,
and you're like, oh shit, like, my bad. But overall, the flight was super easy. It was bumpy in the very beginning, but like nothing too insane. I have never experienced this before, but we landed, not including myself, but I would say half of the plane went into a round of applause.
That's how, yeah, when we landed too.
Everyone landed and was like, woo!
I almost clapped. I'm accepting clappers. For a really bad flight. I was like, I literally was ahead of him. I was like, do I clap? Then the person next to me was like, cool. And I was like, like he was in college. I was like,
can't embarrass myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. The girl next to me, she knew the person on the window because I was on the aisle, and they were like, I think he made a comment like, oh, we're clapping these days. And she was like, I mean, in this day and age, yeah, we are.
Yeah. No, and I saw a meme about it too. They're like, we're clapping now when we land.
I didn't even think about it because I was trying to finish the movie that I was watching, but so I was like zoned in because I was like, I need to finish this before I get off. But yeah, it was I thought it was funny that everyone just like was not like, yeah, we can clap.
Yeah. I think it's also a cultural thing for like the Caribbean islands or like Puerto Rico and stuff, like Dominican Republic. I don't know if that's considered Caribbean or not, but they're like really into clapping. And I like my friend is, I think she's Dominican. She's somewhere around there, and she was like, "Oh no, that's like what they do. Like it is like clap. Yeah, like it is a cultural thing." And I was like, "Okay, I mean, to each their own. I don't care."
Yeah, I don't know. I might judge you, but like if you want to clap, it's not.
But the whole plane like erupted in. Like I was weird on that flight for not like when I flew to Puerto Rico, I was the weird one.
Yeah, I don't know. They all clapped yesterday. I was like, okay. Also, I was thinking about it because I have one of a kid I went to college with. He's now a pilot. I want to say for Southwest, but he like posts a decent bit like on this flight or whatever. And last night he was flying his first ever red eye.
Yeah.
And he posted that on his Instagram story. And like, don't get me wrong, I doubt anyone that was on his flight follows him on Instagram. But I don't think I'd want to note that it's my pilot's like first red eye. That's like
I don't want to know it's his first anything.
That's what I'm like. I don't want to know. Oh, this is your 5th time flying a plane, or you know, obviously not flying a plane. You know, you got your license and everything, but like your 5th commercial air. No,
I know it is really difficult to pass these exams, and you have to do. It's like I want to say it's almost 2 months of training anytime you even start a new airline.
Yeah,
but and a lot of times, like when you start like the first few years, I think you still have to be like co-pilot. Like that's what one of my friends is a pilot, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm like technically still like co-pilot."
Yeah, I don't.
But yeah, also
I don't want to know.
Like, especially one of my friends, if they're like, "Oh, I'm like you." Like my life is in your hands.
No, that's like people that we grew up with and stuff, and you like find out they're a doctor now or like a teacher, and you're like, I don't know if I went to that hospital and you were my doctor, I don't think I'd be happy.
I wouldn't want any of my friends to do, unless it was something like simple, like, yeah, like an x-ray or whatever, checking my heartbeat. I don't know. Like, that's fine. But like if one of my friends or somebody I knew was a surgeon and had to perform surgery on me, I would be like, absolutely not.
I wonder if they're even allowed to. Like, would that not be what's it when like two people can't work together because they have a like previous relationship?
HR issue, basically. I don't know, because I think I don't know, they do it in Grey's Anatomy. That's my experience on that.
I've never watched Grey's, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Even teachers, like just like imagine your kid and then all of a sudden your kid gets like her schedule and she's like, Mom, my teacher's this, and you're like, heard that last name before.
I think I'd rather a teacher though than like a doctor. Like, my life is in this person's hand.
Yeah, that is true. It's way less life threatening, but also like you still have to trust them.
Yeah, but at least with like teachers, it's kind of like a lot of it's dependent on you too. Like, if you
That's true.
don't do your homework or whatever, then like that's on you.
Yeah, that's true. But I think like I don't know, maybe I'm thinking like elementary school. Then I feel like elementary school teachers really mold kids.
Yeah, I don't know. In my mind, I'm like, if you're gonna be like a kindergarten teacher, you've got to be at least 45. Like, be responsible. I'm like, no, I don't know. I know that's like not actually a thing, but I'm like, I just remember like there was this girl that we're friends with, and she was a teacher, I want to say in like middle school. And I'm watching this girl on weekends do like the wildest stuff. And I'm like, and then you go and teach.
Yeah. I mean, that's how one of our friends that's a doctor. Actually, I have multiple friends that are doctors that like I'm like, yeah, don't know how this would feel.
I also like, since I know that, if I have like a surgery or something happens, I want it to be in the middle of the week, because if somebody is performing on me hungover with a wet brain, absolutely, like, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm just thinking about the way I am when I have a wet brain, and if it's like out, like I can't think, I can't spell my name.
Yeah, but in like no like holidays, like Valentine's Day can't be Tuesday and then like surgery Wednesday.
No, it has to be like at least 2 days difference between the time that you were off and the time that I am.
Yeah, I think the only
on
safe days would be like a Wednesday and a Thursday.
Yeah, because people more go out on Thursday nights.
Yeah, and people might, especially if it's like football season, they might be going out Sunday.
Yeah,
and then Monday, I don't know, Mondays and Tuesdays are still potential wet brains.
They like work weekends now, or
yeah, a lot of them do.
I'm gonna actually just going forward. I'm just gonna be like, when was the last time you were off?
I want the last day of your shift.
Yeah. Like, I'm not risking.
Can we see a blood alcohol content test?
No, like no, for real. Like, please, yeah, no.
It's like how like they do like the light with your eyes, like you do it back to them.
No, and like I have a breathalyzer, like, please.
I gotta make sure you're okay, just like you're making sure I'm okay.
But I like didn't realize the amount of like nurses or like people in the medical field that are like very much addicted to pills, because it's such an like
yeah, well they're easy to get.
Yeah.
No, I mean I don't think I know many, but that doesn't surprise me. I lived with two crazy nurses. Crazy. And I remember there was one, and they both worked night shift. And like one would get off in the morning at like, I don't know, 8 a.m. And she'd be like, well, I gotta do things today now because like I still have a life.
Yeah.
And she'd do like lines.
No, that's what I'm saying. So like the teacher I knew was like doing that.
And it was like, you just got off your ER shift and now you're doing coke. And then the other one, she would like, it would be on nights that she was off usually because she was working nights, but she'd be like, their schedule is so random. So it'd be like a random damn Tuesday that she's off, and she'd like go out and do like all sorts of drugs and then come home the next day at like 10 a.m.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just so bizarre to me because one of my friends that's a pilot, he was saying that it's one of his coworkers, but like just works for that airline, not like that he knows him or anything, but like they end up having to have like an HR issue about it. This guy, pilots get drug tested all the time. I didn't know that. Like they random drug tests all the time. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But this one pilot was, thank goodness he wasn't flying the plane. He was like on standby, got on the plane, you know, had taken acid like 3 or 4 days beforehand, and randomly it just kicked in the middle of the plane, and he started freaking out. He was like trying to get in and like do stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and HR, had to like, I'm assuming he probably got fired.
Yeah, I mean that's a liability for them.
And like I said,
and they can't support someone that's like doing that.
Yeah, and no other airline is hiring. Also, it's like one of those careers is like you went in to be a pilot. That is your job.
Yeah.
Like it is going to be hard for you to get another job outside of that field.
Yeah.
Like potentially like aircraft sales or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's very niche.
Yeah. Like, and then, that's what you do.
Yeah, but they get randomly drug tested all the time.
That does make sense and makes me feel better.
Yeah.
But lately, there's been some crazy airfare.
But then I also, like, this annoyed me because one day he's, like, called out of work and they had to try to find a backup pilot. And I was like, it's people like you that my flight got delayed. That is so annoying to me. It's not like you didn't know you had to work the next day.
Yeah.
But I also don't want you to fly hungover. But it's like, if you know you have something to do.
But that's why they always have people on backup.
Yeah, but they're like, that doesn't mean they're at the airport. And the flight ended up being delayed like 2 hours. That's so annoying.
Yeah. I feel bad for jobs like that where you have to be on standby too. Because it's like, yeah, well, I don't work this weekend, but
I have to be on alert.
Yeah, I might. And you're just like, that sucks.
Yeah, I think at that point you just have to befriend the person who like you're on standby for. And you're like, you're going in, right? Like, yeah, 100%. Okay, perfect.
Do you think that with all these air issues, that flights will get cheaper?
No. They probably go up in price because it's a liability. So they need to have like more money for insurance if you die. To pay the family out.
True. The other day, I watched the NASCAR Daytona 500, and they, like, obviously all the cars are sponsored, and there's one car that was sponsored by buildsubmarines.com, and I was like, I don't understand the purpose of this. And the boy I was watching with, which isn't middle school boy, that boy is long gone. The new boy that's not anything serious, and I were watching it, and he was like, well, yeah, like, because we need to build more. And I was like, I don't understand why, whatever. And then he was like, I mean, I don't know. And I was like, maybe it's so we can all go see the Titanic. And he was like, honestly, Haley, I can't believe that it's still a thing. And I was like, yeah, I don't either. And like millions of dollars just thrown, and they were going down and with a controller.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, haven't we explored like the whole Titanic? Like, we already know it's all down there.
I think it's to say that you did it,
Yeah, I mean, when that's like scientists that they're like, I'm seeing if I can find this, and I'm like, look, just give up. Give up on your dreams. Like,
if it's not a mermaid, then get over it.
I still believe in mermaids.
Yeah, I think we'll find them one day.
Not like human above.
Yeah,
but like some sort of half creature,
and not like pretty.
No, I think they're creepy looking.
They're like ugly and scary.
I think it's like a Medusa type of body with like hair like that and just like fin body.
Yeah, and I think they kind of have arms.
I think they definitely have arms.
Like, they might not be like our human arms with like fingers and stuff, because they might be more like fins.
Yeah. Wait, oh my goodness, have you heard about that? It's like angelfish or something.
No.
Dude, it's like something like this, and it's like the creepy fish that has like the antenna.
Okay. It's not. It's like Angelo. Angelo. Okay, I've I saw it like twice and I didn't know what the hell anyone was talking about. So what's going on with it?
So these fish, they can grow huge, but this was like a baby one, and they stay very deep underwater. They never see light.
We see them in movies. Don't they have a light on their head? They have a light.
That's like their only source of light. So this little angelo fish, whatever, was swimming to the surface to like see the light, and then he died. That was like he's like he like, oh, I just want to see the light like before I pass, because I couldn't, because my.
Was he dying in general, or he died because of the light?
No, he like was dying in general. It was like.
How do we know this?
They like found, because they had like were so close up to, they were like this far away from the fish, and so when it died,
like scientists were, and they were like, "What is he doing?"
Yeah, because it's like this is the first time that's been caught on by a human.
But how big are they?
Well, some of them I feel like I've seen are like 2 feet, but this one was like 3 inches. Like this was a baby. I know.
That's cute.
And then he just wanted to see the light before he died, and it's so sad.
They'll need to make a new Nemo about that.
Somebody made like a little Pixar-esque video about it. Oh my god, I cried.
Well, guys, the computer's about to die, and we got things to do.
Yeah.
So, thanks for tuning in to another episode, and Isabel will be 30 on the next one.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.